So many memories, Smash Wii U.
Yep, this is only fitting too. Tom and I believe, are the last ones standing of people who were at the 3DS launch and made it all the way to the end. All the way to the end. Warren, you came, what, a month after? Like when regular launch happened?
I did an overnight launch for Smash 3DS. It was at the GameStop at... I don't remember the location. I think it was off of Harlem.
I was at, Tom and I were both at E2C9 along with E2C Joe at my card store at the time, the Chicago Clubhouse, where we ran
in Glenview.
We ran a 180-man bracket and probably broke every fire code known to man. As we get underway here against 5th on the lifetime PR and also, I believe, no, he's 4th, I think, on the current final season PR, Unrivaled Zone Big Mac, taking on the unranked across games Spidey, having a hell of a run, taking out Dan in a 5-game set right before this, and taking out Ned as well to make it here, and he is the last of the DLC.
Ned playing Greninja in that set, and in the immortal words of one of the greatest movies, Dodgeball, it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it worked out for him. But the Dan set, well, that was a Game 5 nail-biter, main versus main. Definitely a great showing from Spidey on that one, but he's kind of getting sandbagged a little bit here, nowhere to go as he eats a bouncing fish to the face.
No damage. That was a elongated 0 to death. Good lord, there we go. Spidey getting on the board a little bit.
Oh, you like jabbed him one time?
To be fair to Ned in that set, it was last stock, last hit. And
it was.
And he dash attacked over a down tilt.
And it killed the Greninja at like 80 after the hit or something insane. Because Ryu.
Because Ryu hits very hard, and Spidey not going out without a fight by any means. Gets the focus into back air that, last reminder, Ryu back air does 17%. That is a strong, meaty move.
I feel like people are sleeping on him in Ultimate too. That's a character that's just going to make people explode off the top of the screen. Yeah, exactly like that.
Shields are not as good, rolls are not as good, ledge mechanics are not as good, and yes, Ryu might actually have a case in the next game to be better in that game than he was in this one. He's also going to have his Echo Fighter counterpart Ken coming in, but for the time being, he's going to be alone in the blast zone as Big Mac takes game 1.
Yeah, he kind of got swamped there.
Yeah, that was a shellacking of a game. There's no other way to put that, but Spidey having a day, so guaranteed 3rd place so far. DLC rep, wouldn't be surprised to see him make some good adaptations. Big Mac is kind of in cyborg mode. Like, he seems like he's having a good time until he sits down and plays, and then he's just like, you know what? Except for that set against Rick where they were both laughing the whole time.
Yeah, that set was a little goofy.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that the highlight was Rick yelling real loud. That caught the microphone for sure. So you guys will hear the VODs of a guy going, "Roar!" in the background.
It was the end of his winner's bracket life in Smash for Wii U. I would have had a guttural scream. You would have heard me from next door.
What about the sigh of relief that comes with it right after the scream?
Like, okay, we're done. Oh, and he had the right idea with the forward smash, but focus just went clean through it.
It did.
Why not?
Ryu got some really interesting mechanics as a character, some that'll change a little bit. Had some invincible frames that may or may not still be around. Had really just excellent presence in this game. Nature to be oppressive, but Sheik, not a slouch in and of itself as a character, also being able to be oppressive on anyone trying to recover. And fast enough to get people off stage. So this is definitely a kind of a titanic battle.
It's the death of 1,000 cuts on one side, and Sheik. It's the I need to hit you 5 times to take a stock on the other side. That's Ryu. We're going to see a couple of matchups like that. There are a lot of tanks in Ultimate, like characters like Incineroar. Ken Ryu will probably fit a similar mold of characters. K-Rool, definitely.
K-Rool's terrifying. Apparently, well, there's a lot to know, but we'll get to that tomorrow.
Yeah. By sneaking to the ledge here, and now he's on the stage. And don't forget, this could just be a dead Sheik really any second now.
This could be a dead Sheik without rage. She's so light.
Okay.
That's also dead Ryu at 150% on that strong hit back air. Big Mac looking to run away with the final ignition, but Spidey answers in kind, like I said a moment ago. Sure, you could kill this Sheik at any moment with no rage, and it sure did.
He made you look good. He said, I hear you, Pete. I can prove it. This'll kill with no rage.
Good time to prove it, too. Winners finals. Putting himself out there. Spidey with 2 major PR wins today. Granted, the meaning behind that may not be as much, but you can hang your hat on a great finish on the end of your career. This is about as good as you can go out.
Any kind of momentum is good momentum, right?
Oh my God, Big Mac.
Oh!
And the vanish! Showcasing everything left. Saying, you know what, this is what Sheik is capable of. Oh my God, it goes off the ledge! What a guy.
That's your job as Sheik, man. And that's going to be important in Ultimate too, is edge guarding. The edge is going to be a weaker place. If you two-frame someone in that game, they don't get their jump back anymore.
Yeah, they don't.
So you just do it.
That was wild. I can't breathe, and neither could Spidey that whole time. The vanish catch on Tatsu, double bouncing fish off of the stage right into his face. He had nowhere to go. Like, you look at Sheik, and you're like, oh, this is this is rough. This is hard.
When people say Sheik can't kill, I mean, it's not like a confirm or nothing. It's just an edge guard sequence, but it lasted for about a minute and a half.
I'm gonna go.
It killed pretty good, Pete.
It did pretty good. We just released a Lifetime PR recently, and I've been real nostalgic lately, remembering the good old times when there were characters or players running around that were just insanely good at their characters. I remember Akiro from back in the day. One that really sticks in my mind is False. He had the most underrated Sheik I've ever seen because he knew how to go to the maximum distance possible to edge guard. Every time I ever saw him playing, he was in like the very bottom right of the edge, like the blast zone, edge guarding somebody, knowing that just, oh, Vanish is going to get back. It's okay. And, you know, Akiro kind of played the same way. He had a lot of ways that he would just kill with bouncing fish. Kind of the polar opposite of Big Mac kind of made a career of up-airing people. And you just kind of remember, like, you know, this character had so many options and was so aggressive before the days of DLC.
False is just a massively underrated player of the game. Not even just, okay.
Oh, no.
That's sad.
Yeah, shout-outs to False.
Oh, and you're in a homie stock?
Yeah, last ignition.
Right.
You know what? You're up 2 games, nothing. Give the people the show.
Understandable. Homie stocks will be back, maybe.
Homie stocks will be a real thing.
If we play 3 stock,
look,
you can actually homie stock again.
We still don't know the speed. It's never going to get reduced to 2 again, but if it's a fast enough game, we could be looking at 4. You never know. But 3 looks like the wheelhouse.
My opinion on that is I think I'd stick with 3, but just then make every set best of 5s.
That'd be sick. I would love that. Best of 5 is just an amazing way to play Smash Brothers competitive events.
I also kind of wish that, like we never got a good opportunity to do, like, best of 7s or best of 9s in some, like, invitational format or things of that sort in Chicago anyways. I love long set play. Things like first to 5s, that stuff is cool as heck. Like in DBFZ,
yeah,
and other traditional fighting games where you see stuff of that format, I love that kind of stuff.
You know what the real problem was? Like Smash 4 and Melee have both always had these problems contrary to that, is that the stage lists were so limited. Like, so limited. Oh man, Big Mac just dominating at the end of that set. With the clean 3-0, knocking Spidey on the loser's side. Big Mac guaranteed top 2 with the final ignition, and he'll be facing either Spidey or the winner of loser's side, which I believe